reacting to his story. As you can see, he has 4.85 million subs. Now, let's see about this channel. Let's see when he joined. Oh, wait. About channel. Let's see when he joined. So, he joined January. Oh, he's been actually up here for a while. But he's finally kicked in. So, we're going to be reacting to 10 of his shorts. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you leave a like, down on this video, a subscribe. So let's get right into it. Alright, so first up, we are going to be watching Travis Shorter Gives Us. Alright, so let me turn up the volume for it.
A bully named George shoved my best friend Ellie off the top of the jungle gym, and she hit the wood chip so hard the whole...
Eesh. Guys, imagine I was you. How would that feel? Like...
playground went silent. I ran over and she was crying, holding her wrist funny, and George just stood up there laughing like it was nothing. She was in my spot. The teacher was all the way across the playground, too far to have seen it, and George knew it. He always waited.
Guys, if this was real, if I was his story, I'd have legit went up there and pushed him off. That'd be karma.
For exactly that moment, I helped Ellie up. Don't worry, I won't let him get away with this. I knew that George was allergic to bees, so while he was still up on the jungle gym bragging to the other kids about how high his spot was, I walked over to the flower bed by the fence and found a big fat bumblebee sitting on a flower. I gently plucked it off the flower and walked back over to the jungle gym. George, I've got something for you. Ellie tilted her head at me. What are you doing? I winked. Just watch. George climbed down.
Okay, so it looks like he's climbing down. He's falling for the trick. Let's see what's gonna happen next.
And walked right up to me. What is it? I shoved the bee onto his arm and it stung him. He tripped over his own feet trying to get away, landing hard on his backside in front of half the playground. Then he screamed so loud a teacher came running. What happened? George was wailing and pointing at me. He stung me with a bee. The teacher looked at me, obviously confused. You stung him with a bee? I shook my head. I don't have a bee, Mrs. Worley. Ellie spoke up. How would he even do that? George's face started to swell up, so she dropped it and quickly helped him up. Come on, buddy. We have to go get your EpiPen. George stomped away, still sniffling, throwing me one last furious look over his shoulder. I gave him a smug little smile. Don't mess with my friend again. A bully named George shoved my best...
Guys, that is legit karma.
I hit a huge home run and was about to celebrate, but the catcher suddenly pushed me to the ground. Cheater, you cheated! He ripped his mask off and pointed at my bat in the dirt. Check his bat. He's cheating. My eyes widened as I looked up at him. Dude, that's not funny. Is this because the scouts chose me over you? Shut up. Check his bat. The umpire pushed his glasses up his nose and slowly picked it up. My jaw clenched. My own bat had felt heavy during warm-ups, so I'd grabbed a spare off the rack. But if this random bat had weights in it, I would lose the scout's offer, and my entire life would be ruined. The ump turned the bat over in his hands, then stopped on a scuff near the barrel, and his whole face went red. I see something. My hands started sweating. He called time and waved my run off the board.
Okay, so far, there's gonna be jokes and bullies. So far, that's what we're watching.
12,000 people came down on me at once. The catcher cackled as loud as he could. See, I knew he was cheating, but the ump adjusted his glasses and shook his head. Wait, false alarm. My glasses were cloudy. The catcher's body locked up as the ump turned to him. This bat is clean. I smirked and nodded my head, but then the catcher's hand started trembling. No way that's clean. The ump told him to get back behind the plate, and he lost it. Unscrew the knob. I put it in there myself. The field went silent. His own dugout stood up, and his own coach asked, did he just say he put something in there? The ump unscrewed the knob and turned it over, but nothing came out. Every head on the field turned to me, so I announced, that's not my bat. Mine's still in the dugout. So he walked to our dugout, pulled my bat, and tipped it over the plate. 3 lead weights rolled out into the dirt. The catcher's eyes lit up. See, I told you there's no way the bat's clean. I put those in myself so the scouts would regret choosing him over me. He was nodding and smiling, but the ump put one hand on his shoulder and waved over security. Get this idiot off the field. Security.
Dang. He legit just admitted that he did that in front of thousands of people, guys. And he's getting walked out by security and he just got called an idiot. That's just sad.
Walked him off and my run went back up.
Oh, wait.
A grandma walked into my cafe with her little oxygen waster grandson, and as soon as she opened her mouth to order, he snapped his grimy fingers at her. "You're taking too long, bruh. Let me just do it," he yelled. "Black coffee and lemonade with 2 pancakes, extra syrup," at me, then grabbed her purse from her shaking hands and threw her money down. "Keep the change. She doesn't need it." I noticed the grandma's eyes fill with tears as she told him, "I can do it myself, sweetie," but he shook his head. "Not since your stroke you can't. You're practically a vegetable now."
Dang! Boasting his own grandma? Okay, so as we can see, he finally got what he deserves. That is the name of the video. There's gonna be some karma in you guys.
Clenched my fists in anger but stayed silent. But then they walked to their table. He pulled her chair out and smiled. "Let me get your chair." I thought he was being sweet, but then his smile twisted and he pulled the chair out completely without her seeing. She went to sit down and my jaw dropped in horror because if she fell, she'd probably break something. I knew there was no time to warn her, so I ran and dove on all fours. She sat right on me and I watched the little parasite's smile drop as he realized his prank had failed. The grandma grabbed her chest. "Why are you down there? Where's my chair?" And I instead explained everything. She turned to her grandson, whose face was beet red and humiliated in front of everyone. He put his hood up and muttered, "Whatever, let's just get our pancakes." But when he went to sit down, Grandma pulled out his chair. He fell butt first on the tiles, and I heard his tailbone crack. The sound echoed, and she started laughing as he sat on the floor crying. Now that's a pain in the ass. A grandma walked into
Editor, blur that last word out, please. Oh wait, guys. About that word will be blurted out. Okay, I hope it will. Okay, so as we can see, we are having some karma stuff right here, guys. Let's move on to the next.
I was swallowing my daily vitamin when it got lodged in my throat and my airway slammed shut. I grabbed at my neck, wheezing, and waved at my girlfriend of 2 years across the kitchen to help me. But she laughed. "You're fine, bruh. Just swallow it." She'd been acting weird all week, but this was a new level. I slapped the counter, pointing at my neck with my mouth wide open. But she rolled her eyes like I was being dramatic. Why wasn't she panicking while I suffocated right in front of her? Finally, she walked over, but instead of hitting my back, she tilted my head back and shoved a glass of water at my lips. "Stop choking and just wash it down." The water flooded my throat and the pill sank deeper. My wheezing turned into suffocating and my vision started spotting. I needed to do something quick, so on my own, I doubled over the counter and gagged, and the pill inched up, almost free. But she yanked me upright by the collar and forced my chin up. "No, keep it down. Swallow it." It lodged worse than before, and now I couldn't make a single sound. I mouthed, "Are you trying to kill me?" And my legs buckled as she stood over me. Then she got angry. "You're pissing me off. Why won't you just swallow it?" That's when it hit me. She wasn't failing to save me. She was actually trying to kill me. So I threw myself stomach first onto the back of a chair, and the pill shot out of my mouth and skidded across the floor. I gasped because I noticed the color. My vitamins were white, but this one was baby blue. I picked it up and read the letters stamped into it. Fentanyl. My stomach dropped because choking is the only thing that saved me. But who would try to kill me? Then I looked up, and my girlfriend held out 5 more baby blue pills in her palm and a glass of water. "You were supposed to swallow it. Now swallow these." My blood went cold. "Why are you trying to kill me, you freak?" She crossed her arms. "I saw you like another girl's post on Instagram. That's why she was being weird all week. But if she was crazy, I'd be crazier. So I liked another girl's post right in front of her, stuck my tongue out, and ran away. I was
Okay, so I don't know about that one, guys. Would that have karma, or would that just be, I don't know, like something else? Comment down what you think that purpose was. If it was like karma, if it was revenge or whatever, or what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
I'd been driving Uber for 6 hours and was ready to call it a night when a girl threw herself into my back seat. "Please help. My friend is having a seizure and needs a ride to the hospital." She had tears streaming down her face and her hands were shaking as she pointed me toward a side street. "She's just a few blocks that way. I'll explain everything on the way." She looked really scared, so I quickly started driving the direction she had pointed. The girl started wiping her tears with her sleeve. My roommate has epilepsy, but she hasn't had an episode in years, so I didn't know what to do, and I couldn't get her in my car alone. I asked if we should call an ambulance, and she shook her head hard. It's faster this way, and she doesn't have insurance. She kept glancing at her phone, telling me turn after turn to take until I was in a part of the city I didn't usually drive through this late. My stomach tightened with every unfamiliar street sign, and my hands gripped the wheel harder than they needed to. Just 2 more blocks. I noticed her hands had stopped shaking, but I told myself it was just her calming down now that help was close. She had me pull into an alley behind a row of closed shops. She's just past the dumpsters. She didn't want anyone to see her like this.
Okay, so what it looks like, the girl, it looks like that she's trying to pull a prank on him to do something. I don't know what. Kill her, abandon him, I don't know. Let's figure it out.
Killed the engine and started to get out to help carry her roommate. And that's when I saw that the girl in my rearview mirror wasn't crying anymore. She was smiling. 2 guys stepped out from behind the dumpsters and tore my door open before I could react. Nice guys like you make this so easy. They took my wallet, my phone, and my keys, while the girl stood off to the side with her arms crossed. They left me standing in that alley with nothing but the clothes on my back, and I had to walk 2 miles in the dark before my hands stopped shaking enough to knock on a stranger's door and ask to use their phone. The police never found her, the guys, or my car. I still drive for a living, but now I keep my doors locked and only pick up passengers confirmed through the Uber app. I'd been driving
Ooh, okay. So, it looks like he got his job back. He looks like he got a car. But the girl and the 2 boys looks like they left and they're hidden somewhere. So, let's see.
I rubbed my grandpa's dusty lamp and yelled, "I wish Amelia loves Ian more than anything else in the world." This was my last hope to get together with my crush Amelia after being rejected by her 6 times. I threw the lamp away and jumped around the room in celebration because Amelia was now guaranteed to fall in love with Ian, or in other words, me. So the next morning, I strutted into school with my head held high, already picturing her obsessing over me by lunch. But as soon as I sat down in my class, our teacher walked in with a new transfer kid who was 6 feet tall and looked twice as attractive as me. He introduced himself. "What's up, everyone? My name is Ian," and my pencil froze mid-sentence, because that was my name too. Even the teacher pointed it out. "Well, Ian can sit next to Ian then." Other students laughed as he walked his long legs and took the desk next to mine. This kid was stealing my identity in broad daylight, and I wanted to knock his teeth out, but I saw Amelia glance back at us, so I sat up straighter, because the wish was clearly kicking in already. All I had to do now was meet.
So, let's see what the wish does, because now there's 2 Ians. Now we gotta figure out which one it actually is.
Amelia during recess. At recess, I finally spotted Amelia down the hallway, so I waved frantically, certain she was about to fall in love with me. But she sprinted right past me and leapt into the other Ian's arms, screaming, "Ian! I love you, Ian!" My wish had come true, word for word. She loved Ian more than anything else in the world, just the wrong one. My mouth fell open in shock, and I tipped face first into the recycling bin and stayed there with my legs sticking out while the school cheered.
Okay, so what the other Ian did, not that tall Ian right there, but the other one that he just dove into a trash can. Guys, comment down laughing emojis like, that's funny.
On the new couple. I rubbed my grandpa's dusty lamp at. I tiptoed over every creaky floorboard to the front door and successfully lifted my secret DoorDash Meat Lovers Supreme Pizza off the porch at 2 a.m. But when I turned around, I saw my 6-year-old brother watching me in the dark. He held out one hand, one bite. I hugged the box and shook my head no. So he laid down on the floor and opened his mouth to scream and throw a tantrum so I'd get caught. I immediately crouched down in a panic because if Mom found out, she'd ground me for the entire summer. I shoved a slice into his hands and whisper shouted, "Wait, wait, wait, take this, you monster. It's pepperoni, your favorite. Just be quiet." He sat up and started chewing, so I got ready to walk away, already smelling the 7 other juicy slices waiting to melt on my tongue. But then I heard him gulp down hard on his final bite, and when I glanced back, he was flat on his back, getting ready to throw another tantrum. I sighed because he was abusing his power, and I knew the only way to win was to play a different game. So I dropped the box between us to share, and started stuffing my face, trying to eat more slices than him. When he realized what I was doing, his eyes went huge, and he dove in, and his blackmail became an eating contest. We crammed slices with both hands into our mouths until our cheeks were so filled we looked like chipmunks, and sauce.
So it looks like they're having a food contest. That would be fun, especially if it was pizza. Like, everyone loves pizza, guys.
Down our faces, and neither of us were thinking about being quiet anymore. We were on slice number 6 when the top stair creaked and the hallway lights snapped on. Mom stood at the bottom of the stairs with her arms crossed, and we froze mid-bite. My brother pointed at me with a crust still in his fist. He ordered it! Mom crouched to his level. You're both grounded for the entire summer. She took the box and dropped the last slice in her mouth as she marched us up the stairs. He leaned over and whispered, "Don't look at me. You should have just ordered 2. I tiptoed.
Okay, so that will be the end of today's video. Make sure you guys, after you check out this video, make sure you go check out to his story and give him a subscribe. Okay, as you can see, I'm already subscribed. Well, that's going to be the end of today's